Thank you very much, Dave. And staying with the travel theme, it can enrich your life, but it can also deplete your wallet. The fact is, it doesn't have to be that way. That is the good news. And Russell Hannon has mastered the art of globetrotting without paying the going rate. So he's compiled that wisdom into this book. It's called Stop Dreaming, Start Traveling, the ultimate guide to traveling more and spending less. So we like all of that together. We asked Russell to drop by this morning to share tips on one of many topics that you cover in the book, and that is inexpensive alternatives to hotels. So you've put together a top 5 list for us. Welcome. As much as we'd love to delve into the entire book, we'll go one topic at a time. So this is a good one because I think a lot of people don't necessarily know some of the alternatives like theirs. So tell us a little bit about how you came up with this idea.
Well, you know what? Going back 10 years ago, I felt I couldn't afford to travel very much. I thought I had to settle for just taking one big trip a year. I would spend months saving up for that trip and usually spend a few more months paying off the balance after I got home. And I'll never forget one time I got back to a $2,100 cell phone bill. And ouch. I thought travel was inherently expensive. I'd made the mistake of believing that. Ironically, in my day job, I worked in lean management, and I had to find ways to get better results in less time using less money. And I said, there's got to be a way I can use this toward travel, to travel more and spend less. So fast forward to today, lean principles are really what I use to travel. It's significantly less than what most people pay. So with that, hotels are as expensive as they've ever been.
Right.
Ironically, at the same time, we've never had more alternate options to choose from. Now, the first things that come to mind are usually the Airbnbs and the couchsurfings of the world, but that's just scratching the surface. There's so much more out there. And we could start with, for example, home swapping, where we mutually swap homes with someone else. And this can be as simple and as safe as just leveraging your personal network and doing that with family, friends, people that you know, in-laws and cousins. And I recommend it for families to swap homes with other families that have the same number of kids in the same age range. That way you've got the right number of rooms, toys that are appropriate and those sorts of things. And actually the biggest website for home swapping was featured in the movie The Holiday with Cameron Diaz and Kate Winslet.
Yes.
You may remember that movie.
Absolutely.
And they have about 65,000 listings in 150 countries. The website is homeexchange.com, and all you do is get an annual membership of about $170, and it has all kinds of controls that help protect your privacy during the inquiry stage, and you can see everybody's background, reviews and their history. And you know, with what happened, there was an Airbnb incident in town about a month ago.
Right.
And really what I recommend is setting some standards where you say, well, we're not going to rent out perhaps to people people who are a little bit younger may get a bit rowdier on a Saturday night. So we say, perhaps maybe we'll just hold ourselves to people who are 40 years old or 35 years old and above. We're going to restrict ourselves to swapping homes with people that have at least 10 home swaps in the past. And then we can read all the reviews. And some people even have restrictions. They say, we won't home swap with people we haven't met. So some people go to Europe, for example, and they say, we're not going to home swap this trip, but we want to meet people that we could consider doing this with in the future.
Wow, interesting. So all of those parameters you can set yourself. That's tip number 1. We want to get to all of these. And now house sitting is another option.
And that's a form of volunteerism where you're offering services in exchange for a place to stay. Now, the most reputable website is trustedhousesitters.com. And anyone can do it, but particularly if you have experience pet sitting or house cleaning or working as a maid in a hotel, then you've got professional experience and you're really going to stand out from the crowd compared to people like myself who don't have that experience.
Right.
So something to consider.
Okay, here's something that a lot of people are familiar with, is camping.
Yes, camping is part of the summer travel experience, but we tend to do that closer to home. And what we often don't think of, that can really cut the cost of an international trip abroad. For example, in Europe, you can get a membership with campingcheck.com, which gives you access to nearly 700 campgrounds throughout Europe for it's for €16 a night.
Okay.
Now restrictions are it's only for 2 people per lot, but you get that flat rate and you never have to pay more than that. And basically with your GPS, you can see all the campgrounds and travel on a budget in Europe.
And beautiful parts of the country, I'm sure, that you wouldn't see if you're in a hotel.
That's right.
How about university dorms? This is a good one.
Yes, this summer, actually, thousands of universities all over the world have empty dormitories. And a lot of them are trying to offset their operating costs by renting out rooms. So I came onto this in London a few years ago. University of London is relatively close to the theatre district, and they had a bed and breakfast for £22. You could actually stay in the residence and get a breakfast, which is 8 to 10 times cheaper than the average hotel in London.
That is amazing. £22. Oh, that's a great price. Okay, how about timeshare sales presentation? Something you'd have to commit to?
Well, this is something that I've been doing at least once a year for the last 10 years, and anyone can do it. I go to as many travel shows as I can, and there's always some in town, and I always sign up to the contests that they have there. Now, although I've never won these contests, I always get calls inviting me to go visit these resorts at steep discounts in exchange for attending an ownership presentation. So as long as you understand and you're able to set your boundaries, you can stay in fully furnished accommodations for a fraction of the going rate.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, great tips. Thanks very much for sharing these with us. And there's lots more info in the book, Stop Dreaming, Start Traveling, and as well on your website, breakthetravelbarrier.com. For more information, we'll put those links up on our website, breakfasttelevision.ca. Congratulations on the book.
Thank you very much, and it's great to be here.
It's great to have you as well, a Calgarian, and I know you're going to be traveling around with the book. So safe travels to you.